What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel, and welcome to what you guys voted for, the explosive build. Now, this is going to heavily lean into a weapon that requires a bit of work. Everybody already knows about it already. I'm not going to go over the steps, because that would be an incredibly long video if I did. But this is mostly going to revolve around the Anguish weapon, which is this guy right here, and its mod, particularly using its mod with no cooldown. Anyway, let's get into the build. So, what am I going with here? I'm going with the Archon as your primary and the Summoner as your secondary. The only reason why I chose Summoner is because their Dominator damage perk gives you a 35% increase to mod, skill, and explosive damage, which it may stack with the mod and explosive damage. I don't know if that's the case, but anyway, that's pretty much why I picked this. I'm not using this for the summons, I'm just using it for the Dominator perk. But you could sub this out with, like, I don't know, like Alchemist. I thought about using Alchemist for a second, and then I decided to go with, something else. So if you want to go for something slightly more team-based, you could probably sub it out for that. But whatever, doesn't matter. The reason why I went with Archon is purely for the Prime perk, along with all the other things that are enabled with it for, generating mod power and stuff like that, and that heavily leans into this whole thing that I figured out. Anyway, armor, as per usual, doesn't matter. I found a funny little bug with the battle set of armor, which you can get in the new DLC, where you don't see the right gloves, so I'm just wearing the Leto gloves. That doesn't matter. The armor, you can pick whatever you want. Does not matter. What have I got going on for the relic? Well, I'm using the Profane Heart just because, I like lifesteal. I've got mod duration, mod cost, and mod damage. So, again, leaning very heavily into the mods. Weapons, what are we going for? We're going for the Thorn, because I think it's the only long gun that actually has... Oh, no, I guess the Aphelion has explosives. So, I guess you could use that if you really want to. But what else? Does anything else have explosives? I don't think so. I think there's only the two weapons. I guess Spore Bloom would count. I don't have it unlocked, but I guess Spore Bloom might be explosive still. Either way, the Thorn, really easy to get in Forgotten Kingdom. Do the egg thing. Anyway, this has pretty much innate explosive ability with it, so that's nice. I'm using the Atom Smasher because the melee weapon doesn't matter. I didn't even put a mutator on here, but anyway. Yeah, melee, you're not going melee with this build. And then the Anguish. The Anguish is the star of this build, for pretty much one reason, and that's that the mod can be activated and used almost with no uptime. Go ahead and demonstrate that real quick. Pretty easy. So you activate. It's already got its charge back. Just turn it right back on and keep shooting. Yeah, you can regenerate this mod halfway through utilizing the actual mod itself. So, it's pretty good. Pretty good little setup I've got going on here. Now, what enables that, primarily, is the Archon, for the actual Archetype, along with Feedback. Feedback on this weapon, at level 10, it will generate 20% of a single charge as passive mod power, which it says 20%, but with the Archon, I believe it generates like at least half just on activation. I guess I should have not shot. I think with one shot, it's going to do like 75% of the activation. Oh, actually, almost all of it in one shot. But if I just activate it, I think it'll be like a little over halfway, maybe up to 75%, without even taking a shot. We'll see. Yeah, pretty much I didn't even need to shoot, and it was active already. But yeah, if I didn't have the rings or anything like that, it would have been a little bit less than that. But whatever. Let's get into the amulets and the rings and all that. So what have I got on? Detonation Trigger, because it gives you an extra 25% damage to explosions, and also does burning, which is nice. I've got the Timekeeper's Jewel, which will increase the time for status effects. So ordinarily this is 5 seconds of burning. This ups it to 10 seconds, which you could probably swap that out for something else if you really, really wanted to. I mean, you could probably swap this for, where is it? Is it the Mark of the Destroyer or whatever it's called? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it up here? Yeah, Mark of the Destroyer. Perfect dodge triggers a blast, which, yeah, you could do that if you wanted to, I guess. Blasting Cap Ring, obviously, it increases your explosive damage by 15%. I've got Burden of the Warlock, which reduces mod power requirements by 15%. However, activating a mod will cost 15% health as Gray Health, which doesn't matter with this build because you're going to get your HP back in half a second regardless. And then I've got Burden of the Silist, which reduces your ammo reserves by 20%, but increases your mod and skill damage by 15%. That should be self-explanatory, because if you're using the Anguish, you're not going to be using any ammo anyway. You're just going to be doing the mod, which is nice. Yeah. It's a pretty easy build as far as all this is concerned. There's only a couple things that are really required to make this work. Most notably, you need feedback at 10. You need Archon, and, well, I guess the Anguish, which is definitely the hardest thing to get out of all of this. I think runner-up on that would be Archon for next hardest thing to get. But traits, let's go over the traits real quick. What have we got? We've got Flashcaster, which is built in, Regrowth, which is built in, Kinship, which is definitely required in this. If you do not have Kinship, you will definitely kill yourself, because this explosion does hurt you and sets you on fire for at least a little bit of time. But yeah, without Kinship, you're gonna die. You're gonna die very, very, very badly, which I've already tested out. Yeah, so you need Kinship. What else do you need? What else do you need? Amplitude is always nice to have on almost every build. You know, AoEs. I mean, we're dealing with explosives. AoEs are kind of a necessary thing. Let's see. Evade distance. It's just something I like to put on. Footwork. Same thing. I just like to put that on. Barkskin. Yeah, you know, broken record over here. I just like to have Barkskin. Same thing with Siphoner. So really, all you need is Kinship, Amplitude. Yeah, Kinship and Amplitude, really. That's all you really need. Everything else is just kind of whatever you want to pick. So it's a very versatile build as far as allowing things. There's only a few things that are really required for this build. But yeah, no, pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I'm going to have gameplay at the end of this one, just because it's pretty basic, you know. You guys can see everything that's important about it. You can see the mod power that gets built up and all that, you know. Doesn't really need a whole lot of explaining. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to be doing a status effect build still. I'm still kind of trying to figure out exactly how I want to work that one, because that one's not as easy as an explosive build. I'll just put it that way. But anyway, if you guys liked it, feel free to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, so on and so forth. I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.